afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this panel. Kiran, do you want to get started about introducing about the Rise World Summit?
Absolutely. Thank you so very much, Teresa. It's a complete privilege and a pleasure to invite all of you to our 10th edition of the Rise World Summit and to this particular roundtable activating people with disabilities and their enterprises. It is of even more bigger pleasure because, as you know, I'm a Chevening alumni, and to have and host an alumni roundtable at the Rise World Summit is truly a pleasure and just makes it so much more special. So, in terms of the roundtable itself, we are going to be having a lot more with the enterprises themselves. Yeah, are people with determination. I'm sure many of you are hearing that term for the first time. And I also learned of it for the first time when I traveled to the Middle East recently. And I just love the term. I mean, think about it, right? They are people with determination. And so while PWD still stays the same, I think they just give us a new lens to look at them with. And nowhere better than this roundtable and this group of entrepreneurs who we are going to be presenting to you very quickly, and to show how they're working on their enterprises because they want to make something for their lives and they are people with determination. So welcome once again to the roundtable. We will actually, as Teresa just said, we're going to change the format just a wee bit, and Teresa will very quickly later on tell us more. But to open the proceedings, I'm going to request Teresa to please introduce our speaker so that we can get the proceedings ready. Thank you again, once again, for joining us, and welcome.
Hi all, my name is Teresa. I'm going to be your host, and of course we have Karan as the co-host. And I'm very glad to be here and inviting you to this particular platform. Just a little bit background of the program. The roundtable is a culmination of our ongoing program called Entrepreneurship for PWD, where 65 plus of our participants have gone through intensive training, have gone through mentorship, have gone through pitching sessions to be ready for today. So I'm very glad to have our entrepreneurs with determinations over here on this platform. This program was implemented by Idobro Impact Solutions as a part of Chevening Alumni Programme Fund for 2022-2023, supported by British High Commission and Foreign and Commonwealth Office. We will be showcasing entrepreneurs today in the second half of this particular program, and the table right now will be exploring the different unique challenges that our entrepreneurs face compared to their abled counterparts. I will also take this opportunity to thank few organizations and people who have made this program, who has worked with us shoulder to shoulder to make this program happen. And the partners are New Horizon Solution, Estes Foundation, Voice Vision, Adapt, and our mentors Nirupam Dhingra and Abhilash Kannan, who have supported our entrepreneurs way beyond the roles that we had initially provided to them. Now, without further ado, let's start this program by inviting Supriya Chawla, Head of Chevening Scholarship India, to speak a few words to us. But before that, let me give a very quick introduction about her. Supriya is Corporate Communication Specialist and an Archbishop Desmond Tutu Fellow from University of Oxford. Currently, she works with the British High Commission in Delhi and is head of Chevening Scholarship for India and Bhutan, helping deliver the largest Chevening program in the world. In the past, she has worked with Microsoft India and was involved with Bill Gates' first ever visit to India. Supriya, over to you for the opening note.
Great. Thank you so much for the introduction. And thank you, Karen, and your wonderful team at Idobro Impact Solutions for inviting me today. So we at the British High Commission, and here I also speak on behalf of my Chevening team, Pradyumna Bora and Marsh, and Richard Barlow, who sadly had to join us, but I think there were some technical difficulties. And I think he has indeed sent a video recording, and I think we'll play it sometime during the course of the afternoon. So extremely pleased to be a part of this, to be associated with this absolutely incredible initiative of training differently abled people to become entrepreneurs. And I think we wish there will be many more that you will be able to train in the coming future, and who will go on to become successful entrepreneurs and sort of contribute to India's growth. I'm really looking forward to the discussions today and to hearing from all of the panelists who've gathered today. So welcome everyone, and thank you for taking the time to join this panel. If I can just take a minute on Chevening. So this is a fully funded scholarship of the UK government, and many like Karen have benefited immensely by studying in the UK, and I see quite a few of the other Chevening alumni also who are here today. So we're looking for talented individuals, and if you have completed your graduation, have about 2 years of work experience, and then you're eligible to apply for this scholarship and study in the UK for a 1-year master's degree, any subject in any university of your choice. So do look up our website, and applications will open in August this year. And if you are selected for the scholarship, then you will be able to begin your master's degree in September of 2024. The UK government will be paying for your fees, your entire tuition fees, your travel, your accommodation, and there will be excellent opportunities for internships, volunteering, and also networking while you are in the UK. The successful candidates have come from a host of backgrounds. In fact, in India, we are really, really proud because in the last few years, almost over 30% of the scholars that we've chosen have actually come from smaller towns and cities. There are lots of them who are from marginalized sections, and plenty who are first generation learners as well. So we're extremely proud of this extreme diversity that we are now being able to put together in our scholars. And the whole objective is really to be as inclusive as we possibly can. So I will encourage you to those of you here today to look at the scholarship, give it a serious thought, and try and change your life and also transform the lives of the others around you. So Karen, this is just a little bit that I wanted to sort of speak about. I'm hoping this is an online session, but I'm hoping that in the coming months we will be able to meet some of the beneficiaries of this program. Like I said, it's wonderful that you were able to bid for the Chevening Alumni Project Fund. You won it, and I think you've done a brilliant job, you and your team, of delivering this extremely wonderful project. So keep up the good work, and many congratulations to you and your team once again. And thanks, and all the best, and looking forward to this discussion now. Thanks.
Thank you. Share the support and the opportunity, of course, to do something else. Yeah, great. Okay. So, Teresa, what's next for us on the agenda? Do we go ahead with the panel? How would you like to do this? Well, by the way, I must say, Teresa, just before you say, I just want to say this. By the way, at the Rise World Summit, we have no panels and no presentations. We're here for a conversation. We're here to learn from each other. We're here to share thoughts. And so please use the chat box and, keep the conversation flowing in every direction, both in the chat box and, of course, over here. So, Teresa, yes, thank you.
Thank you, Kiran. I would want to just say that thanks, Supriya. I think that was a very encouraging note for us, and it really motivates us to keep going. Apart from that, I wanted to say that all our panelists and our jury members have such long bios. They are so high. They have achieved so much that we haven't been able to put everything on the bio. So excuse me if your bios are a little small. And with this, I will start to introduce our first speaker, Anusha Subramaniam. She's an award-winning journalist, a British evening scholar, and a mountaineer. She is two-time recipient of Press Club's Red Ink National Award for Excellence in Journalism. She has combined her skill sets of writing and adventure training to be able to work for the larger good of the society, and has established her company called Bohemian Adventures. She's also currently working towards building awareness around inclusion of persons with disability in the outdoors, to send out a strong message that all of us are part of same society and can coexist together. Our next speaker is Krishnan Insan. He's a seasoned professional with various global awards and accolades. He has extensive exposure to working in critical areas like regulatory framework of oil and gas sector, international arbitration, policy drafting and implementation, legal and compliance, and many more. He is actively involved in an renowned education trusts to provide various scholarship to highly competent underprivileged kids. Our next speaker is Anurag Malu, who is the Regional Director, Asia Pacific, and Vice President, Global Partnership at SeedStar, which is headquarters in Switzerland. Anurag is the Regional Director, sorry, CSAT is a global investment holdings and he leads partnership efforts globally with government, development agencies, bilateral and multilateral institutions, corporate partners, and private donors. Welcome, Anurag. Our another speaker for the day is Madhura Das Gupta. I'm sorry, I don't see her here. Okay, and we also have. Sorry, sorry, Madhura. Okay, hi Madhura. Our next speaker is Madhura Das Gupta, who's the founder and CEO of Aspire for Her, a unique startup to motivate young women to enter and stay in the workforce. Aspire for Her has become a movement for women in India and across the world, getting together members, supporters, and mentors to unleash the $1 trillion potential in the Indian economy. Madhura's work has been covered widely in the media, include CNBC, NDTV, BBC, the Times of India, New Indian Express, etc. And our last guest right now is Rita Rego. She is the founder of a non-profit organization as well as a for-profit organization. And sorry, I have misplaced her bio. Okay, uh, her organization Aesthesis Foundation for visually impaired, skills blind, and low vision individuals by specifically aiming at enhancement of the four senses. They ensure that their students are prepared to enter the pragmatic work environment, which would ensure financial independence. Her new initiative, New Horizon Solution, is a sustainable social enterprise which provides which has a positive impact on the society by making it more sustainable, inclusive, and environment friendly. I really hope that I have not missed out on any panel speakers. And with this, Kiran, I will hand over the panel to you for discussion.
Great. Thank you again, Teresa. I think this has been a particularly sensitive and challenged situation with us, but we are very, very determined. And so we are going to continue in spite of all the hiccups that we have had. And I know that we're going to have a great talk, right? So let's get started, okay? In the meantime, while we get our entrepreneurs on board and ready to present themselves to you, right? Again, I want to repeat, we don't have panels or presentations at the Rise World Summit. We have dialogues and conversations and discussions, right? And therefore, we do it in a particular format, which is what we call the 3C format, right? We talk about challenges first, we talk about capabilities, and then we talk about collaboration. So I'll quickly take you through these three phases or parts of the conversation, but feel free to jump in, feel free to bring up things that you think resonate with you. Feel free to talk on each other's points. This is not Q&A, right? Okay. So let's get started. Are we ready? Yeah. Okay. All right. That's great. So as we said, the first thing is about challenges, right? And I think, as we know, where it is with people of determination, there's a whole different set of issues that they need to look at as compared to entrepreneurs who obviously also face difficulties. It's not that, because Madhura works with women entrepreneurs. Abha has been working with all kinds of entrepreneurs as well in it. So definitely we know that there are challenges that all entrepreneurs have when they get started. However, there are some very special issues that our people of determination have to face when they want to, take up entrepreneurship as a way to make themselves independent in a situation which, of course, is not of their making. So, any thoughts on these in terms? Rita, you're working continuously in training, people of determination and helping them develop their skills. So, please feel free to come in. As I said, This is not a Q&A session. So anyone would like to get started and talk about your experience or thoughts on this would be very great. Thank you.
Can I go?
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Karen. Thank you for giving us this beautiful platform where we can interact with so many wonderful people. Yes, I work with people with visual impairment, all sort of visual impairment. The challenges comes right from home, the acceptance which happens in the society, the family members who refuse to accept them. Sometimes they are not even part of the family. So so there is lot of frustration within them, so getting them out from there. And then society is another challenge. A lot of people, the discrimination where society has to accept them, and they are segmented in an area where jobs are concerned. There is very typical places where we feel that people with visual impairment can work. So we believe in breaking all barriers. Yes, the students are coming out. They are very vocal about it. They are doing lot. They keep pushing themselves to do much better.
Yes,
So
thanks,
this
Rita,
has
for
been
setting that. Yeah, setting that this thing. Also, I think where Krishnan and Anusha is working with and doing something really phenomenal again with people with determination in terms of how to getting them out. Because one of the things that I heard, which really got us to get started on this path, because we were not working with them before, right? This is the first time we are doing it.
Karan, sorry to interrupt, but I think I missed introducing one of our important speakers, Dr. Abha Rishi. Abha,
Oh,
welcome, and my apologies. In the chaos of technology and figuring out the process of the flow, I miss introducing you. Karan, can I go ahead and introduce her?
sure, absolutely, absolutely. This is a conversation, as I keep saying. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm very happy to introduce our speaker to the entire panel as well as the audience in present. Dr. Abha Rishi is CEO of Atal Incubation Center, BeamTech, is also the chairperson for the Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship Development at Birla Institute of Management Technology and a senior faculty. She has 28 years of experience in industry and academics. She is a PhD and EEC honor from STVP, Stanford University, PGD IBO, MFT MIB, and she's also the few Indians to hold both a Chevening and a Fulbright scholarship. Welcome, Abha. In the start of the session, I did say that our panelists are so high achievable that I have not been able to edit their profile properly. And apologies again for missing out introducing you.
Okay. This is why I always do self introductions. I think it's the easiest, best, and fastest way to ensure that we get the right people saying that the right things, right? So, but anyway, there was a choice to go ahead with this sequence, but that's fine. Yeah. So Abba, of course, always happy to have you and have your support on things like this. So as I was saying earlier, I heard this statement, and this is really what shocked me and got me to take up and do something about it. Is that they said that we were hosting a New Year party, okay, for people with determination, and this came out because I asked them, should we organize a training program? And they said, Madam, सब लोग हमको training देने चाहते हैं, लेकिन कोई हमें बाहर लेते नहीं है. This is the actual word. So I said, what do you mean by बाहर लेके नहीं जाते हैं? So आपको पता है हमारे ऐसे भी लोग हैं जो 30 साल से बाहर नहीं गए. 30 साल. We're not talking of 3 hours. You're not talking of 3 days. You're not talking of 3 weeks. You're talking of 30 saal. And that's what got us started working with them and doing something. Of course, very small. Of course, very little. It's a drop in an ocean, but I think it's a beginning. And so this is what we have also heard. The same thing, like Rita said, starts from home. They're just kept aside, as though there's nothing there for them again in their life. They have no sense of agency. Thank you, Rita, for sharing that. Anyone else would like to come in and share their insights?
Karen, can I come in?
Yes, absolutely. Please.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Good morning to all of you. And thank you, Karen. And extremely happy to be a part of this panel with such esteemed achievers here. What Rita says is absolutely right. I work and I'm working towards inclusion of persons with disability right now here, persons with determination in the outdoors. Because, like y'all mentioned, it starts from home. And I think the problem actually starts with all of us able-bodied people. I think we first need to forget the word disability and think of the word capability. And I think it starts from home. The moment that parents get out of their denial of their child being a little different from their other siblings or other children, I think everything will fall in place. And which is very important, which is why I keep harping on the fact. And I think these kind of conversations are increasingly important because we don't talk too much about this particular section of people, which is not a small number in this country. Unlike these conversations and work in this area keeps getting highlighted in other parts of the world. So when I say inclusion and when I say working with them in the outdoors, this is precisely the thing, Karen, that they've never stepped out of their from out of their home and brought into this outdoor. And I think nature does not differentiate between any of us. It's the society that is continuously discriminating and seeing the difference between them and us. And in a way, I don't blame a lot of us able-bodied people because we've never seen them around us. We don't know how to interact with them when we first see them. There is this little bit of scare, we don't know how to even address them. And I think that starts with awareness that they are just normal people like us. You just need to address them like we address each other, and not look at them with the fact that they're either visually impaired or they're sitting on a wheelchair. I mean, that is just one aspect of their body. Otherwise, I think all of them have, like you say, persons with determination. I think they are much more determined and capable than the people who are able-bodied. And that's been my observation, my experience working with them now for the last 4 years in the outdoors. I find them much more resilient, much more confident when they are in the outdoors. And I think nature is very healing. So I just think whatever Rita has said and whatever you're saying, everything is just coming together with the kind of experience that I have. And I think inclusion is all about providing opportunity. You give them an opportunity and they'll just
absolutely. And if you have taken people of determination up to Mount Kilimanjaro, they are more capable than me. I don't think I can climb a small mountain, forget about Mount Kilimanjaro, So what capability and ability are we talking about over here?
That's exactly what I'm saying, is that we need to, forget this word disability as first and foremost, Just look at them as normal as all of us are. And once we start doing that, I think things will just fall in place. And opportunities will just come their way. Right now, it's a catch-22 situation in the sense that we don't know a lot of these people, and when we meet them, we are not sure how to address them, how to take them forward, and इनको मौका दे ना दे, यही सोचते रहते हैं. जैसे कि हम औरों को मौका देते हैं, इनको भी मौका. And say all of us fail, right? There is no harm in failing. You fail and you learn. I think that is what. I think having such conversations and giving opportunity is very important.
Thank you so much, Anusha. I think it's really important. And I would, of course, encourage everybody to check out what Anusha has done with them, because it's just incredible. Each one of them, as Teresa said earlier as well. Anyone else would like to come in over here now? Please.
Thank you, Pravan.
Actually, I would like to add on to what Anusha and Rita have said. It's not just about the home and the society. It's also about going one step back and understanding their mindset. We have been working with some of the PWD people, and determination is actually the key to making what they are and what they want to be. Because we have seen people who have so many problems and so many challenges, but still they are overcoming all those challenges and reaching to where they want to be. But the barrier which is created is the mindset itself. So why is it that out of like so many million people who have this kind of problems don't reach to where some of the few people who have broken those barriers reached? So that's something that we are working on here in AIC BIMTech. We picked up a cohort of people through LinkedIn Local. I mean, they were our partners. And we created this cohort of PWD entrepreneurs. And frankly speaking, it was an eye-opening kind of thing for us, because we realized that it was not just about helping them scale up in their ventures, but also about breaking the barriers that they can really scale up. So that hesitation to even think big was there. But once they broke their barriers, I mean, I've seen that cohort do wonders. Not only have they created value for themselves, but they have created value for their community. So that's the difference that can be created. And just one thing I wanted to add, like government is doing a lot of things on this area. So I'm seeing a lot of schemes coming in from various departments. And especially now with the G20, I mean, let me add this because this is something very important. Under the G20, there's a committee which has been created called Startup 20. And I'm on that committee. And one of the areas that they have started working on is inclusion. And like what Anusha said, creating those kind of things across the globe, not just in India, but across the globe where people can come together and help these kind of people is what that work is going on. So I'll stop right now and let the others speak.
I agree with Abba on the fact of mindset. And this is exactly what I have realized when they are given an opportunity to come out in the outdoors, is how their mindset changes, from being indoors all the while, being told that you cannot do something all the while and saying that you don't have the capability, to coming out in the outdoors and being by themselves, not just helping them as and when it's required. Because if it's a vast expanse of light, even with persons with with visual, who are visually impaired or totally blind, they can just walk on their own. And that has, and then they go back home and they feel so rejuvenated. So the outdoors, when I say, is that it does help. It just helps you change your mindset. And this is across. And for people with disability, I think it is much more. They get this inner confidence that ye hum bhi kar sakte hain.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thanks, Anusha, for sharing that. Krishnan, I'm going to come over to you also, because from a corporate point of view, how can we support, how can we be more inclusive as corporates? How can we be more embracing of diversity? I think that is really something we'd love to hear. So go ahead, please, Krishnan.
Thank you, Kron, and thank you for bringing us all together on this platform and discuss this very pressing issue. In fact, if I go back and a couple of years back, I never thought that what people of special abilities can do and how they can contribute in the economy. But I came across this thing first time a couple of years back when somebody reached out to me, and he was, of course, a person with special abilities, and he was in the process of conceptualizing of idea. Since India is a wide cultural and diverse country, and the startup was related to tourism, and they were ranking the hospitality industry, that which hotels and which stays are compatible for the people with special abilities. Either it is mobility, it is invisible impairment, all kind of disabilities, and they were rating so that people who, as Anusha will definitely understand this, and I'm sure my co-panelists will appreciate that people with special abilities might have interest in tourism, and they might be interested to explore places, but how challenging is for them to know that the place where they are going will be suitable for them. So at that point of time, while I was mentoring a few budding entrepreneurs and sharing my thoughts on that point of time, I realized that, say for example, if me with no disabilities can only think with a perspective that how people will take my business and how will they take into my services, but people with special abilities have more advantage. They will think from a wider perspective than of anybody else. because they will make sure that the needs of all kind of such special able persons are also catered in the enterprise, which was a turning point for me. And then after that, subsequent to that particular startup guy whom I was like talking and helping him for uh, uh, understanding Indian market and Indian hospitality industry as far as special labor needs are concerned. Then I came across few more, and my motivation when Karan first told me to be part of this, then I was like, why should I be there? I do not directly as such professionally work with them, but since this is a CAPF project, I just want to touch base on that as well. As Supriya has already mentioned a lot about CAPF project and how we are making impact. Me as a board member at Chevening Alumni Alliance at global level, we are also implementing another project, which is related to acceleration of health access to health. And I just wanted to mention for the information of all other attendees as well, we are still accepting the applications or submissions if anybody like, if you have made any impact that how access to health has improved, what work you have done in past couple of years, particularly in a post-COVID world. And I was elated to see when we have already received so many nominations, and many people are working on their projects. We will be mentoring them one-to-one, and many other Chevening alumni from India and globally are there who are helping us to implement that project and mentor those budding entrepreneurs. So people from special disabilities also submitted their special abilities also submitted their project. And we as host or organizers of those of that particular project, implementer of those projects, none of them have ever thought that yes, these can be the aspects of healthcare industry, and how important those points can be. With as far as which Karan has mentioned that, but very importantly, that how corporates can play a role. Definitely, the gone are the days that we can only think of business, CSR. We are even thinking of much more than CSR, and we are talking about sustainability. So CSR is definitely one part where through which I know many organizations which are having special programs for the people who are with special abilities, and they help to inculcate their special abilities and make them more enable to sustain on their own and motivate other people. That is one role corporates can play. And second, which I'm sure Madhura will agree, and she must have come while doing her project Aspire for Her, inclusivity. It is I know that there are regulations. Since I work in public sector, there are definitely regulations that you need to have certain percentage of people with special abilities. But I'm always in support of that. We should not look at that number, that whether we are complying with that or not, but we should look at a larger number. That what special, as I have already mentioned before. I'm sorry, I'm going a little long. I'll cut it short. So as I have mentioned that I have always observed that they think much better than us in a wider perspective. So corporates should should not aim for compliance. Rather, they should look at what values they will bring and how they will help to grow the organization. Thank you.
Yeah, so Madhura, you've already been tagged by Krishnan, so please come in.
Yeah. Thank you, Krishnan, for bringing me in here. But I was feeling very strange actually to be invited for this panel, because I don't directly or in a very dedicated way work with persons with disabilities. But as I was listening to all of you, I was just closing my eyes and trying to see if I substitute the word persons with disabilities with women or with anybody who is excluded. Actually, all the points that you have made makes eminent sense. And it's exactly the same space. So we as a society, we have more than 50% women in India today. They are excluded. We have, I think, about 2% plus persons with disabilities in India, and that's a huge number. They are excluded. So, when I ask myself, who's included? I think the question that the answer that I get is that they are the minority. So I think those are some of the questions we need to ask ourselves. But I'd like to take a minute to talk about mindset and how we work on inclusion in a slightly scientific way at Aspire for Her. And at some point in time, we do want to extend the boundaries of Aspire for Her to all excluded folks, to everybody who doesn't feel included in the broader sense of things. What are we trying to do? And I'll probably just spend 30 seconds on that. We were very disturbed with the fact that women were excluded from the country's economy and its economic progress. We are fourth from the bottom in a list of 146 countries in terms of women's economic participation. This has been a consistently declining number for the past 15 plus years from 2005 onwards. Women in the workforce has been declining in India. This is not a fact that many people know, and it's not a part of the mainstream conversations. However, very happy to see that the government takes cognizance of this. In the G20, this problem finds mention and eminence, and there are a lot of efforts which are coming towards inclusion. And I'm very happy to see that whether it's women, whether it's persons with disabilities, I think there is a lot of work happening to embrace all of them to be a part of the mainstream movement. We try to change mindsets. And as I was hearing you, I realized that probably exactly the same model can be replicated in persons with disabilities as well. And our model is called E cubed is equal to MC cubed. That's a rather cheeky adaptation of a more famous equation, as all of you know. E cubed is where we want all women in India to be, either in employment, entrepreneurship, or education, which leads to one of the two. Can we replace the word women with PWD? Yes, we can.
Sorry, go ahead, Madhura. Go ahead.
Four critical success factors are M, C, C, and C. M for mentors and role models. Like I think Abha and Anusha, you mentioned that the stories, the successes need to be talked about. These do not find space in mainstream media. We need to make that happen. And we need to ensure that the PWDs you're today struggling to even define themselves find many role models like that. The second piece is about learning. And we call it courses, cohorts, and learning. And we're sure that with a little bit of added emphasis on learning, where we can include visually impaired, we can include folks who are with impaired mobility or with impaired auditory functions, can all be included. I've seen such wonderful products from tech companies that have assistive technology, and I'm sure a lot of you are working around those as well. The third pillar is career previews. A few days back, I saw a wonderful young man called Vineet Saraiwala go up on Shark Tank and talk about his job portal for all disabled folks. I found him extremely endearing, and I was cheering from him all through. So the career previews and the kind of careers that organizations are coming with are very, very interesting and inspiring. Today, when we go to speak with our corporate partners and we talk about gender diversity, usually in the same breath, we are also asked, what are you doing about other formats of diversity? I see this as a very, very optimistic sort of a way forward. The last piece, which is the last C that we have, is the community. And Anusha, Abha, and on all of you, I know you will resonate with this. They have to feel that they're not alone. And they have to feel that they have each other to lean on and to derive and to channelize their energies and to get their power from the collective energies of the community itself. So if we were to give them that space, that safe space where they can be themselves and they can be actually operating from a place of power and inclusion, automatically the voice becomes stronger and we can all cheer for them. Thank you very much. I love the points that are being made and looking forward to working with all of you in actually making India more inclusive. Thank you.
Thanks, Madhura. And I think, the more we understand that the issues that we are working on with ourselves also affect other people, or we get perspectives from a cross section of experiences, I think that's what helps to kind of really strengthen our processes, strengthen our initiatives, and support others too. Because as you said, when you're talking to the corporates, they're talking of both. Their diversity is about women, but it's also about people with determination. So it is great that we can support each other and collaborate more, which is, a great segue to the next part of what we talk about. And I do hope Anurag is going to now talk to us. He's a youngster who inspires me phenomenally. We actually featured him also at the opening plenary of the Rice World Summit. And I'm going to let him tell you what he does, because it's just incredible. I mean, I can't even begin to imagine. So, Anurag, why don't you come in and talk about how we use our capabilities to solve problems, or at least to bring awareness, if not directly solve them. Go ahead, please, Anurag.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you, and nice to meet everyone here. I think would love to bring, touch base on a couple of points that has been really highlighted by other speakers too. And, one, sharing examples of few entrepreneurs, who are building some great, like businesses which are inclusive, not just gender inclusive, but really focused on also, the community, especially struggling, or I would say, with the opportunities, access to opportunities, and how they are actually bridging that gap. So one of the example is, this friend of mine, Smriti. She's also a Chevening fellow, I think, and she runs this enterprise called Atulle Kala to really empower deaf community and deaf and mute community. So the designers that work in a lifestyle brand, the team is pretty much just amazing to see, like from the last 7-8 years. It's run by deaf and mute community, and the way empowerment is being done is not it's with a lot of dignity, and I think that's so important to bring in the angle of dignity into this. I think when these entrepreneurship cohorts and the programs are also designed, how do we ensure we always talk about nowadays, especially in the mainstream, gender inclusivity in our programs, but also how do we ensure the programs are have an accessibility lens to it, and the way these are designed needs to have this human-centered approach into the designing, which is including to all sorts of disabilities too. I think I've seen it across various entrepreneurs like Neha, for example, building Planetable, making travel accessible for everyone. And it's been 7 years since she started her journey. I remember the first event on 30th of January 2015 when I attended, and her journey, like over these years now, how much impact she's been able to make also by showcasing an example, that how it is important to make our places accessible. Like someone, I think, mentioned the example of hotels, we even have it mapped out. Like just 2 days ago, I was having the same conversation with one of our client in Bikaner, and figuring out some of the hotels and the unavailability. And then, like the hotels are not even have that accessibility, and they have 4-star, 5-star hotels. So these challenges are still there. And I think as an entrepreneurs, I really feel, I think we need to have this solution oriented mindset. How do we understand, we acknowledge, we are aware that the problem exists, but what are we going to do about it? And I think that's where the biggest opportunity as an entrepreneur comes in. Let's figure it out. Let's solve it. What does it take to solve it? And I think some of these problems are also big systemic problems. It cannot be done alone. It really requires collaboration. It really requires, different stakeholders' participation. And that's something I think in this, like we must approach all of this work, within the entrepreneurship with like a mindset of collaboration. We are talking about mindset. I think I would say as Indians, we have a lot of, competitive mindset. But one need to really bring in is, like the collaborative mindset. That some of these things is not going to be just, running alone in this race, but how do we approach this together? And I think, and this mindset is the key for me in everything we do, because the kind of problems, the SDGs we want to solve, it cannot be really done alone. It really requires everyone's participation, finding, their own way, how I'm going to contribute into this, big puzzle. And everyone has different pieces which, they can work towards in solving this large, puzzle. And I think, like, I also, apart from my work in the entrepreneurship and impact development sector, working on SDGs, I also love to climb mountains. So that's something I do. And I think have a chance to really get to know some inspiring, amazing people, like, who have also climbed not just the mountains outside, but, their mountains inside. I was, talking to this friend, Jill Wheatley from, US, and amazing, like, she has only 30% vision. And her project is, about mountains of the mind, climbing mountains of the mind only with 30% vision. And she's, aiming to climb all the 14 8,000-meter peaks. She's already done 5 or 6. And with this much of, like, lack of visibility, and she's like, the vision is there. It's so I think it's, for me, when I look at a lot of these examples, whether it's the stories of Aruಣಿma's or, like, Anusha self, and like so many people I have heard about these stories, those who have worked with these people in the outdoors or have done it themselves. And I think that's where you realize, the only difference between anyone, like, two people, is one has the access to opportunity and one doesn't have the access to opportunity. And how do we help bridge that gap? I think that's where I see my role has been really an enabler, helping bridge those gaps so that we are able to create access to the opportunities. And I think once you create that access, people will flourish. People will find ways to move forward. So I think with that, I'll stop here, and would love to, I think, get everyone.
Thanks, Anurag. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Anurag. That really brings up this thing. And just imagine somebody climbs for the SDGs. I mean, it's incredible. So thank you. And of course, your work with C-Stars and entrepreneurs is a perfect fit for what we are talking about right now. So there is a request कि हिंदी में हम बात करेंगे. So yes, absolutely, we can do a English. We're known for doing that. So wherever possible, if we can use a little Hindi, वो बहुत ही अच्छा होगा. तो आगे चल के, can we talk about collaborations and capabilities, right? What are some of the solutions? हम ये हल कैसे, how are we going to really tackle some of these issues? So awareness to karna hi hai. There is no two ways about it. And hopefully this roundtable, this bit of discussion that we have had has helped, for people to think about this. And let me give you a small aside. It's a joke also, and at the same time, it's a very poignant joke. I was talking to a couple who's very close to me, okay, and both of them are wheelchair assisted, right? And for me, they're my friends. They're such close friends that we talk, joke, laugh, and all of that. And one day in my joking, I said, "क्या अभी तुम लोग ऐसे नहीं कर सकते हो? तो जाके आगे करके लोगों को ऐसे बोलेंगे, तुम अपने पैर पे खड़े भी नहीं हो सकते." Oh my gosh, I was shocked. How did I even say that? I'm saying this to two people who are wheelchair assisted, and you will not believe it. I was horrified, and they started burst out laughing. And I'm like, Array, what, Karan? What are you worried about? Of course, that's a joke. It's a joke. Doesn't mean that you're talking about us, right? Get worried about. And I think that is the kind of I think hopefully the openness we need to have, that we feel that they are just with us. That's it. There is no differentiation in terms of dealing with them as humans, right? Yes, we need to look at their differences and we need to help them, but you and me wear glasses and we need this, right, to even see. I cannot see anybody right now. Oh my gosh, right? Now what do you think that's going to happen if someone told me you're not allowed to wear glasses? Right? What's going to happen? I cannot even talk to any of you. So let's get over this mindset and say, yes, they have special needs. Yes, we need to help them with that. That's about it. And that's going forward, right? So I think, with that kind of understanding, I'm going to stop talking because I can talk forever and ask you all, my wonderful, roundtable experts, to come in and say, okay, what are these some of the kind of facilities, some of the kind of infrastructure, some of the kind of tools, techniques that we can use to make it and help them integrate better with our mainstream, society, and of course make them able members of our society. So please jump in. There's no Q&A here. Please.
Karen, I would like to add in over here. I mean, it is so surprising because there is a lot of awareness programs required. We need to educate people. What happens is, I was I was training these students, and when they said that they are ready to work, few of my corporate friends, they were like, how are they going to work in the company? It's not that they don't know, they don't want them to work, but they don't know what work they can do. Few of them were even surprised that they can use a regular computer or a laptop. जैसे सेम वाला लैपटॉप जिसके एक्स्ट्रा कीबोर्ड होते हैं या उसके डॉट्स होते हैं, ऐसे कुछ भी नहीं होता. It just need an additional app. So, there are very basic things that, companies need to know, or even business owners, individual. There are so many people who want to help, but they don't know what they need to do. So I feel there needs to be a lot of inclusion awareness programs which are required. And yes, we will see a better response coming forward if we do that.
I agree with Rita. Actually, when I do my inclusive treks, I make sure that I have able-bodied accompanying a person with disability, because that is how you will get to know each other. You will build that trust between each other. But my biggest challenge has always been finding those able-bodied people to accompany any person with disability, because as much as it is great fun to be friends with me and know me on Facebook and applaud the work that I do with persons with disability, and then it's nice to be on social media when people say that, hey, next trek please let me know, and then when you actually go up to them and ask them, like, I'm falling short of one person, able-bodied person, to accompany this one a person with disability, and then it goes into okay, let me see. I guess it is about like Rita said, that is the most important thing, is to get this awareness drive going, and which is why I keep saying in all my talks, we need to have more of this conversation, and we need to action it by doing these training programs. How an able-bodied person needs to change his mindset first. I totally agree with Madhura as well. All the pointers that she talked about, women, and replacing the word person with disability with women. It's because I see it in my profession as a professional mountaineer. We're 3 women mountaineers who started this company, and we lead our treks and we lead our climbs, and the first thing they will say is, आप चलोगे? मतलब हाँ, हम चलेंगे, हम ही आपको लेके जाने वाले हैं. So it comes with a little wee bit of a lesser confidence, and then it kind of takes forward. Same is the case when we say that most of my treks, I need to orient my other clients who come with me, saying that you are going to have a person with disability. Like, for instance, in August, I took a Parkinson's patient to Hemkund Sahib, and he actually walked 15,300 feet, which I don't think any Parkinson's patient ever thought would, kind of do that. And I had all the rest of them in the group were able-bodied. It took them a little while to realize that, yes, Krish is different, but after a while they realize we're all the same. It's just that he walks a little slower than I do, or little slower than
Anusha, sure. Yeah. Anusha, if you don't mind, I'm just going to jump in, because we're going to get ready to bring in the entrepreneurs. So I do want to close with some more, thoughts on collaboration and capabilities. As I said, we do want to have outcomes from here. And one of the things that we want very clearly to do with this program is to get mentoring. I think, Madhura also spoke about this, is to get mentoring for these entrepreneurs going forward. So we want to encourage, and I would request those who are in the audience also to put in the chat, अगर हमारे entrepreneurs के साथ आप mentoring कर सकते हैं, उनको थोड़ा help कर सकते हैं किसी भी तरह से, exhibitions में उनको market linkages की बहुत ज़रूरत है, operations में ज़रूरत है, बहुत सारा hand holding की ज़रूरत है, बहुत, one can be mentoring in terms of advisory and the other can be hand holding in terms of operations, right? And the last is, of course, market access. If they don't get market access, it's impossible for them to be successful. Customers और marketing के बगैर तो कोई भी business नहीं चल सकता है. So obviously they need more help with that. So if any of you know of ways that you can give us, help us, connect with them, and we will connect you one-on-one. So you will be able to decide आपके कन्वीनियंस के हिसाब से आप जैसे चाहे वैसे आप कर सकते हैं. मतलब देयर इज नो नीड दैट यू हैव टू कमिट कि नहीं मैं 10 घंटा या 10 दिन या जो भी करना. नो, इट विल बी कंप्लीटली बेस्ड ऑन योर कन्वीनियंस एंड वी डोंट वांट टू इम्पोज ऑन एनीबॉडी, ऑफ कोर्स, बिकॉज वी अंडरस्टैंड everybody is busy. We understand that everybody has their own priorities as well. But if you can give a little time out of that prioritized schedule of yours for this project, we would be eternally grateful for that. So I do want to put this out there right now. And of course, please do come in. And of course, thanks to BHC, the Chevening, the CAPF, we've been able to do this only because of that support. So we're really grateful for that as well. And if you know others who like to jump in and join in to provide seed funds to these entrepreneurs, provide small amount of money for them to buy equipment, facilities, etc., we are looking for anything that we can get. Yeah. So with that, I'm going to ask some of you to maybe give some few closing remarks before we get ready to bring in the entrepreneurs. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Karen, can I go?
Yeah.
I think I'll do. I'll say that we'll do one better than just mentoring, because right now we're putting together this cohort of people from across the country, and under our incubation center, each of our incubators get something like nearly 10 crores of free benefits. So this is an amalgamation of free benefits like AWS credits and other things, because many of these entrepreneurs don't even use social media properly. So getting them to understand that, and creation of website, to even just pay you credits, so this is a complete amalgamation which has been created by the team for all the incubators, and we don't treat our PWD entrepreneurs as any different. So I mean, it's as simple as that. So yeah. So
I think she deserves a round of.
Yeah. Plus, of course, we also have funding for the Startup India Fund. I mean, there's a lot of stuff which is there. So just reach out and we'll work out the details. No issues.
Thanks so much.
I'm really happy to talk about this more, and we'll do that offline. But I see a lot of collaboration potential, and we have a community called Entrepreneury, which I'm sure a lot of them will be excited about what you have to offer.
Absolutely. And I think, what is also important out of the roundtables at the Rise World Summit is that we want collaboration among the people who are attending it. That is the whole objective of the Rise World Summit. So the more collaboration we see among you as well, we'll be very happy for that to happen. Yeah. So great. Is there anybody else who'd like to say something more in terms of closing? And then we can, as I said, move ahead as well in terms of how can we be and partner together.
Karen, I would like to share. We have a lot of talented blind and low vision children who are getting trained and also, want to step ahead. So it would be great collaborating with y'all and, knowing in which areas they both financially or even other ways they can promote themselves.
I just wanted to, if I can jump in, on speaking on behalf of Chevening Alumni Alliance Global. And since we are having a second round of session coming up where we'll be listening to so many ideas, and we are happy to, if anybody is coming up with any entrepreneurial idea, and as a CA body, we will be happy to showcase those ideas for better monetization and better commercialization at global platform with the help of other board members and Chevening alumni across the globe.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm more than happy to, do outdoor programs if that helps. I mean, it definitely helps. And in any which way, mentoring or being a part of any project, I'd be more than happy.
That's awesome. And I'm just so glad to hear this. And like I said, We are looking at long-term partnerships. We are looking at a lot more post this event as well. It's not just about this roundtable. So, Teresa, are we ready to start looking at our entrepreneurs? And it'd be great to have you. Supriya, do you, in the meantime, want to talk a little bit more on the front? I don't know. Okay. Otherwise, if Supriya
Yes, we are ready to get started with the pitches.
Okay. Then in that case, I think we will now step down and the show is all yours. Yep. Thank you. Thank you all very much. Please, a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Deepak, I'll request you to only keep me in the stream right now. Hi everyone, I'm back with the pitches of the entrepreneurs, the most awaited part. The pitches ideally were supposed to be live, but due to technical issues and accessibility issues, some of the recorded pitches would be played. Of course, we have some of our participants live and we will be inviting them, but there would be, as a backup option, we will play their videos if the internet does not support us. The first pitch that I would request, that I would invite is Shubham Ghevde from Pressing. Deepak, can you add Shubham? Shubham, can you unmute? आप unmute कीजिए और video on कीजिएगा. शुभम की एक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग और अमेजिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है कॉल्ड प्रेसिगिनी. इन्होंने शुरू की थी, उन्होंने अपने बिजनेस का MVP किया था एंड इट वर्क्स अराउंड क्लोथिंग. एंड आगे मैं शुभम को ही बोलूंगी अपने ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के बारे में बोलने के लिए. शुभम, अभी आप अपने बिजनेस की पिच दे सकते हैं.
हेलो मैम, इज आई एम ऑडिबल?
यस शुभम, आप ऑडिबल है. आप अपना वीडियो ऑन कर सकते हैं.
यस, आई एम क्लिकिंग ऑन वीडियो बट इट्स नॉट शोइंग एनीथिंग.
आपका वीडियो ऑन हो गया है. अभी आप सिर्फ हमको थोड़ा आगे पीछे जाइए. बस परफेक्ट. ओके, प्लीज अपने पिच शुरू कीजिएगा.
Okay ma'am, so hello everyone, my name is Shubham Mahadev Ghevde and my company name is Pressgini. Pressgini is PRESSGGINI. So what we're doing is, have you ever faced a problem related to your clothing care? So I have faced one. So my two friends started and me started a new company called Pressgini. So what we are doing is, we are combining the technology and the clothing care part together, and we are introducing Pressgini. So we have our two vendors, we have our two partners. The first one is our delivery partners, and the second one is our vendor partners. So what we are doing, let's say our customer place an order from our application, then our delivery partners will pick up that order from the customer's house and deliver to the vendor customers service center. After that, the cleaning will be happen. We have a lot of options to choose from. We have our clothing care, our special care. Then we have a dry cleaning. Then we have pressing, all of stuff, summer clothes, winter clothes. So yeah, so they can choose from. And after the servicing, after the clothing care, the delivery partners will again pick that order and put it in the beautiful box and then deliver to the customer's house. So we have run an MVP in 2021 that for 3 months we have achieved the break even. That means no profit, no loss. But after that, we have figured out two things. That first one is the market is not ready yet, means like people are not that aware that there is some kind of services exist in the market. And the second one is, people are saying that is a little bit overpriced, so we are focusing on the pricing strategies also. And the second and the last thing I would like to say, that we are our mission is to make this unorganized industry organized and set standards for the quality of the clothing care. And to make this my dream happen, we are asking for 5 lakhs for 10% equity of our company. So are you excited, and are you interested to join us? Welcome to Prajini, sir.
Thank you, Shubham. That was a very exciting pitch. As Shubham has said that he is an MVP, and I will request the jury members to give compassionate feedback about both the pitch as well as the business model. There isn't enough time, so request you all to please share updates on the sheet that I have provided before the session. Over to the jury members.
I would love to jump in here quickly. Shubham, बहुत अच्छा pitch था, very passionate pitch, and I'm very happy to hear that कि तुमने पहले MVP एक बार run किया है और उससे learnings देखी है, what worked and did not work. तो जो customer feedback मिला, एक तो तुमने बताया कि pricing को लेके मिला, इसके अलावा एक तो तुमने बताया कि शायद market ready नहीं है, but तुम अभी कौन से customer segment को target कर रहे हो? तो थोड़ा सा अपने कस्टमर सेगमेंट के बारे में बताओगे, और तुम्हारी अभी तक की प्राइसिंग कितनी अभी तक रही है जिसे बताया कि ओवर प्राइस्ड है वो, और हाउ डू यू वांट टू नाउ चेंज दिस? थोड़ा सा मुझे बिजनेस मॉडल के बारे में भी बताओ और अपनी कस्टमर्स और टारगेट ऑडियंस के बारे में बताओ।
ओके सर हमारी टारगेट ऑडियंस है मतलब सेकेंड ईयर एरियाज, बिकॉज उनकी स्पेंडिंग पावर थोड़ी ज्यादा होती है। शुड आई स्टार्ट माय कैमरा आल्सो? ओके, आई विल स्टार्ट। ओके सर, आपने पूछा कि हमारी टारगेट ऑडियंस कौन है। सर हमारी टारगेट ऑडियंस है सर सेकेंड ईयर, और जो अपर मिडिल क्लास और अपर मिडिल क्लास, बिकॉज दे हैव अ स्पेंडिंग पावर। एंड हमने MVP रन किया था सर कल्याण ईस्ट में, बिकॉज वी लिव इन कल्याण। सो वी ट्राइड लेट्स मतलब सर्वे किया था 125 पीपल्स का, और उसके बाद हमने ट्राई किया कि लेट्स डू इट, एंड हमने 3 मंथ्स का MVP पायलट रन किया था। हमारा टारगेट ऑडियंस यहाँ की सर थी मतलब वेस्ट में थोड़ी सी ऑडियंस है जिनके पास स्पेंडिंग पावर थोड़ी ज्यादा है, तो हमने वहां पे रन किया था। एंड अगर मैं प्राइसिंग की तरफ आऊँ तो प्राइसिंग में सर मतलब हमने अगर एक कस्टमर है और वो न्यू है, अगर ऑन बोर्ड अभी हुआ है, तो फर्स्ट ऑर्डर हम उनको मतलब अगर वो यूट्यूब से आए, क्योंकि हमने यूट्यूब पे एड रन किए थे, तो यूट्यूब से आए तो हम उसको फर्स्ट ऑर्डर फ्री देते थे। फ्री देने के बाद अगर कन्वर्ट हुआ तो सेकेंड ऑर्डर में हम सर 10 रुपीज पर क्लोथ, पर पीस ऑफ क्लोथ चार्ज करते थे। और और उसके बाद हमारे पास मेंबरशिप्स भी थे। अगर मंथली मेंबरशिप थी, फैमिली और प्लैटिनम और डायमंड करके थी। फैमिली में आप पूरे फैमिलीज के क्लोथ दे सकते हैं, वहां पे एक सर्टेन लिमिट थी, टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस थे, ऐसे नहीं कि आप बहुत सारे क्लोथ दे सकते हैं। उसके बाद उसकी प्राइसिंग थी सर 399 पर मंथ। उसके बाद सर 999 थी, 9999, सॉरी 999, सॉरी 999 थाउजेंड रुपीज। सो उसमें हम लिमिट्स और ज्यादा बढ़ा देते थे, क्लोथ्स की लिमिट्स, और उसमें हम आपको एक एक्सक्लूसिव गिफ्ट भी देते थे, ऐसा कुछ था। और उसके बाद 1199। सो प्राइसिंग में हमने सर 999 को थोड़ा सा अच्छा बनाने के लिए हमने जो फर्स्ट प्लान था और जो लास्ट प्लान था उसमें मतलब सेकेंड और थर्ड प्लान में डिफरेंस बहुत कम रखा था, क्योंकि उसमें से ज्यादा शिफ्ट हो सकते हैं लोग 1199 में। तो उस प्लान में सर लिमिट्स नहीं थे, मतलब लिमिट्स थे लेकिन एक सर्टेन लेवल पे वो लिमिट्स कैंसिल हो जाते थे। और ये हमारा प्राइसिंग स्ट्रक्चर था। स्टार्टिंग में हमें 399 के बहुत ज्यादा कस्टमर्स मिले, उसके बाद 999 के कस्टमर्स ज्यादा मिले। तो कन्वर्जन रेट अच्छा था सर, मतलब जितनी हमने यूट्यूब पे एड्स रन किए थे, तो एज आई सेड ब्रेक इवन पॉसिबल था सर।
आई हैड अ क्वेश्चन। मेरा भी एक सवाल था शुभम। पहले तो फैंटास्टिक पिच, बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हो आप लोग, लेकिन एज अ बिजनेस मेरे को एक आध दो चीज जाननी थी। जैसे अनुराग जी ने कहा था, आपके प्रोसेस क्या है क्लीनिंग का? आप क्या आर यू यूजिंग अनदर वेंडर? दूसरा, आप देखो जैसे आपने कहा था कि अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड सेक्टर है, सो बेसिकली पब्लिक आज के तारीख में हम सब अपना एक लॉन्ड्री वाला होता है, एक अपना प्रेस वाला होता है जो घर पे आके कपड़े लेके जाता है, और वो सालों से हम उनके साथ जुड़े हुए हैं। तो आपका डिफरेंशिएशन फैक्टर क्या है? अपार्ट फ्रॉम प्राइसिंग आपने बताया, लेकिन डिफरेंशिएशन फैक्टर, हम अगर एक कस्टमर आपके पास आना चाहे तो आप उनको क्या प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं कि आप वो आपके पास आए बेसिकली? तो ये डिफरेंशिएशन फैक्टर बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट हो जाता है ऐसे बिजनेस में, बिकॉज अ लॉट ऑफ स्मॉल जो मतलब सालों से जो बंदा किसी के घर पे जा रहा होता है कपड़े लेने या कपड़े देने, वो एक फैमिली की तरह ही हो जाता है उनका ना। तो आप थोड़ा समझाएंगे कि किस बिना पे आप ये डिफरेंशिएशन और व्हाट आर द कन्वीनियंसेस आर यू ऑफरिंग?
यस मैम, यस मैम। सो हमारे पास मैम हमारी यूएसपी थी कि हम आपको बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस देंगे, कि डिलीवरी में आपको ऑप्शंस देंगे। तो उसको ब्रीफली एक्सप्लेन करने में जाऊँ तो हमारे पास स्लॉट्स थे, मतलब कस्टमर चूज कर सकता है कि उसके हिसाब से उसको कब पिकअप चाहिए, कब डिलीवरी चाहिए। और उसके बाद वो एक यूएसपी होने के बाद, ये एक नॉर्मल यूएसपी थी, और उसके बाद हमारे पास एक अल्टीमेट यूएसपी थी जहाँ पे हमने मतलब अराउंड ग्लोब जितने भी क्लोथिंग के की जो अलग अलग टेक्नोलॉजीज थी, तो उसको हमने मतलब फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट जो यूट्यूब पे और जो गूगल पे अवेलेबल थी, तो उसके बाद हमने उसको ग्रैब किया। और उसके बाद जो हमारे पास जो वेंडर्स थे, तो वेंडर्स के साथ हमने उनको बोला कि हमें ये आपके जो पास जो सर्विसेज है, मतलब आपको ये सीखना पड़ेगा, मतलब सीखना पड़ेगा। हम उनको ट्रेनिंग देते थे, ट्रेनिंग में भी कुछ नहीं, हम तीनों ही थे, तो हम तीनों ही ट्रेनिंग देते थे उनको स्टार्टिंग में। हमारे पास पहले एमबीपी में मैं अगर बताऊं तो हमारे पास 3 वेंडर्स थे यहाँ पे कल्याण ईस्ट और वेस्ट में, तो उनके साथ हमने टाइप किया था। और यूएसपी के मैम और एक यूएसपी थी कि हमारे पास इमरजेंसी, अगर आपके पास कोई इमरजेंसी है, जैसे कि आपको कल ही चाहिए था लेकिन आप भूल गए, और आपको अभी जल्दी जल्दी चाहिए, आपको हाइपर फास्ट चाहिए, तो वो भी सर्विसेज हमारे पास थी। उसके बाद अगर एक कंटिन्यूअस यूजर है, मतलब वो रिकरिंग ऑर्डर्स प्लेस कर रहा है, तो उसके बाद भी हमारे पास एक ऑप्शन था कि वो मंथली प्लान भी ले सकता है। और उसको वो एक शेड्यूल करेगा कि उसमें 1 फरवरी को मेरा ऑर्डर पिकअप हो जाना चाहिए, हर 1 डेट को हर मंथ के। तो उसके बाद हमारा वो ऑटोमेशन में चलता था, तो कस्टमर्स को कोई परेशानी नहीं और हैसल फ्री एक्सपीरियंस मिलता था कि इस तारीख को पिकअप ही हो जाएगा और इस तारीख को आपको मिल जाएगा। तो यूएसपी में मैम हमारा था कि एक्सपीरियंस बेटर करना है और हैसल फ्री चाहिए। यस मैम, ये यूएसपी थी।
और ये आइडिया आपको कहाँ से आया? वाई
मैम ये आइडिया
स्पेसिफिकली
बेसिकली,
ये बिजनेस आइडिया, मतलब आप इसमें क्यों जाना चाह रहे हैं?
यस मैम, या सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मुझे ये आइडिया आया क्योंकि ये प्रॉब्लम मैं ही फेस कर रहा था स्टार्टिंग में। क्योंकि मुझे बहुत मतलब मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता था ये फिर से लेके जाओ, उसके बाद वहां से करके लेके आओ, उसके बाद मिसप्लेस नहीं होना चाहिए, ये अच्छे से नहीं हुआ, वो अच्छे से नहीं हुआ। तो मैंने सोचा कि मतलब मेरे 2 फ्रेंड्स थे, उसको मैंने उनको मैंने पिच किया, मतलब नॉर्मली, कि चलो मेरे पास ऐसा आइडिया, तो काम करते। वो भी बोले ओके। तो फर्स्ट फाउंडर था टेकेंड का, वो सारा एप्लीकेशन और वेबसाइट का देखता था, और मैं मार्केटिंग और ऑपरेशंस का देखता था। और एक फ्रेंड था सीए, तो वो सारा फाइनेंस का देखता था। यस, और क्या पूछा था मैम आपने?
बस आई थिंक
Shubham, I'm
आपने
sorry to interrupt.
mostly, हाँ,
Anusha, I'm sorry
बस
to
हो गया,
interrupt,
हो
but
गया, हो गया।
Krishnan, आपको अगर okay, आपको अगर Krishnan, do you want to add anything? Also, अगर आपके पास में कोई suggestion or advice है, then please add it over here. Because I mean, say it over here so that Shubham can take that advice back with him to improve his business.
I'll just quickly take a minute, less than a minute, to add on that. Taking a clue from the what Anusha has mentioned, that everybody in the family, हम ट्रेडिशनल सिस्टम हमारी परिवारों में क्या रहा है कि हमारा एक प्रेस वाला होता है, हमारा एक कपड़े वाला होता है। और कभी कभी क्या होता है कि हमें कि मेरे को सडनली 2 दिन बाद कहीं पे जाने का मेरा प्लान बनता है आउट ऑफ स्टेशन, हम उसको फोन करते हैं, वो आता है, पिक करता है और हमें इमीडिएटली देता है। सो मैं आपको एक सजेशन दूंगा कि अपने प्लान्स में एक प्रोविजन वो भी रखिए कि आप 1 या 2 इमरजेंसी सर्विसेज आपको मिलेंगे विद इन 24 आवर और 48 आवर्स, बिकॉज आई पर्सनली फील दैट दोज आर द सर्कमस्टेंसेज। एंड second last thing that which Anusha has already mentioned, do a little bit more analysis about your USP, that how your business is going to be different from the traditional which people have been doing in the families, or which other competitors are doing in the market. That I close with this. Thank you.
Thanks, Krishnan. Deepak,
थैंक यू
with
सर।
this, our first pitch is done. And thank you everybody for feedback. Since all our participants could not join live क्योंकि accessibility issue है, तो इसलिए हमने recorded pitch अभी हम play करेंगे। सारे panelist को वो attendees में हैं, तो I will request panelist कि जब when you hear the pitch, please do give your feedback or give your inputs live, so that हमारे जो जो attendees hai, the participants, they can hear and take note for it. Yeah. So Deepak, can I request you to play the first video? The first video is by Mayur. The first video entrepreneur is Mayur Jadhav, and his organization name is Sigma Styles. He has introduced his organization brilliantly, so I will not open up the suspense. Thank you.
हेलो एवरीवन। परफ्यूम्स, डिओड्रेंट एक सबके लाइफ का एक हिस्सा बने हैं, हमारी लाइफस्टाइल बने हैं, राइट। हम कहाँ पे भी बाहर जाते हैं, कॉलेज, ऑफिस, स्पेशल ओकेशन में या किसी स्पेशल पर्सन से मिलना रहेगा तो हम स्प्रे कर कर जाते हैं, लेकिन ये खुशबू हमारे उस प्लेस तक जाने तक रहती है क्या? हाँ, तो ये मेजर प्रॉब्लम रहता है कि ट्रैवलिंग में हमारी खुशबू सब मिट जाती है और उस प्लेस तक आने तक हम बदबू महकती है हमारे से। तो जब एक प्रॉब्लम रहता है, फिर हम किसी को पूछते हैं, फिर कोई तो बोलता है कि ये परफ्यूम ट्राई करो, फिर हम गूगल में सर्च करते हैं और फिर एक परफ्यूम डिसाइड करते हैं। जब हम प्राइस देखने लगते हैं 1, 2, 3,000, 10,000, 20,000, ये प्राइस रुकने का नाम ही नहीं लेती और हम डिसाइड करते चलो यार ट्राई तो करते हैं, लेकिन वो चॉइस रहती है किसी और की। हम जब दूसरे के चॉइस से हम स्प्रे करते हैं तो जरूरी नहीं है कि वो भी हमें अच्छा लगे, राइट, वो हमारी चॉइस हो ही ना। तो ये सब जब मुझे प्रॉब्लम पता चल रहे थे तो मैंने डिसाइड किया कि इसके ऊपर काम करना चाहिए और मैंने फाउंड की 2021 में सिग्मा स्टाइल्स लग्जरी परफ्यूम में इसका फाउंडर मयूर जादव। तो मेरी एक छोटी सी स्टोरी है, खुशबू से मेरा कनेक्शन कैसे हुआ। तो जब मैं IDC से गुजर रहा था अराउंड 4-5 साल, समझ में नहीं आ रहा था क्या हो रहा है मेरे लाइफ में। मेरी
Thank you, everyone. I think the pitch got disconnected for some reason, but now you know the business. So, अगर आपके पास में, if you have any inputs or anything to share, then please let me know. Please do share it live so that our participant can take note.
To hear Sigma
If I can
Style.
jump in.
Sorry.
Firja, if I can jump in, is the participant in the session?
No, he's not there because of internet issues.
Teresa, would you also be able to send these videos to us, because I was unable to hear him right now. Not too much could I grasp. But yeah,
absolutely, I will do that.
Anurag, I've heard it. Then if you could just summarize it a little.
Yeah, what I understood was pretty much that, he's building this luxury lifestyle brand focusing on perfumes and deodorants. And the problem he has identified is the fragrance quickly goes away. And then then order continues to persist. So how do we make perfumes last longer? I'm still not sure if he's working on this specific problem to make perfumes fragrance last longer or something else, which wasn't very clear. Then he mentioned he started this in 2021. So I don't know what exactly the core problem he's working on. Is it just a new perfume, or is it actually solving the problem of making perfumes fragrance last longer?
Yeah, so we'd like, what I would like to know is how is he making this? What's the process of making?
Yes.
So because when you talk of a problem does the fragrance last longer, that I think emanates out of the process of making a fragrance. And so I think we need more clarity on this particular business. So probably if he can, you can give our feedback. I think my feedback is basically I would like to understand the process and which is the target audience that he's targeting for this particular business, because that's very important. Yeah.
And then also pricing would be interesting, because you also highlighted the pricing is much higher of existing perfumes in the market. So does he have something at a lower price?
Yeah, see, because there is also this itar business, itars are the
Exactly.
small, and
Yeah.
today itars are very locally produced, right? Uh, and they've got various flavors. So there is definitely a market for something like this, and there are markets places like iTokri and a lot of these online portals that have started that sell localized products. So resources तो है मतलब in terms of marketplace, लेकिन ये पूरा process, pricing and what are the ingredients that is being used is very important in a business like this. Yeah, and his
Thanks,
name is
Anusha.
Mayur, you said?
I will definitely connect Mayur to all three of you, or I'll send the across the video as well, and you
Yeah,
can give
that's okay.
specific inputs to Mayur later on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Deepak, can I
I'm
request
putting
you
down
now
the
to play
feedback.
Adil?
I'm putting the feedback right now on the chat. Anurag and
Yeah,
Krishnan can add to it, I think.
sure, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Great. Deepak request you to play Adil's video. Adil Malik is based in Kashmir, and he has a dry fruit business. He has a very strong reason why he started the business, and we are going to see that right now.
हेलो गुड मॉर्निंग सभी को। मैं आदिल कश्मीर से बोल रहा हूँ। मेरा जो बिजनेस है वो ड्राई फ्रूट्स का है। हम ऑनलाइन ड्राई फ्रूट्स बेचते हैं। हमें ये ड्राई फ्रूट्स का बिजनेस करने की ज़रूरत क्या पड़ी है? हमने बहुत बार देखा है, हमने बहुत ही क्लोजली मॉनिटाइज किया है कि कश्मीर में जितने भी टूरिस्ट्स आते हैं बाहर के, उनके साथ धोखा होता था। टूरिस्ट समझ के उनको महंगे दामों में ड्राई फ्रूट्स दिए जाते थे और वो भी उतने अच्छे क्वालिटी के नहीं होते थे। हमने इस चीज़ का एक सॉल्यूशन निकाला है। हमने ऑनलाइन ड्राई फ्रूट्स सेल करने का फैसला किया है। और दूसरी बात, इंडिया में बहुत सारे ड्राई फ्रूट्स तो पाए जाते हैं, मगर उनकी बैड क्वालिटी पाई जाती है। कश्मीर की ड्राई फ्रूट्स पर्टिकुलरली सैफरॉन, जिसकी वजह से हम वर्ल्ड में फेमस है। सैफरॉन पाया जाता है यहाँ पे, जो कि इंडिया के किसी भी कोने में इतनी क्वालिटी का नहीं पाया जाता है। और तीसरी बात ये कि इंडिया में केमिकल्स और प्रिजर्वेटिव्स को मिला के ड्राई फ्रूट्स को हरा भरा रखते थे, ताज़ा रखने के लिए यूज़ करते हैं। और कश्मीर के ड्राई फ्रूट्स हमेशा के लिए क्वालिटी, प्रीमियम क्वालिटी के होते हैं और ओरिजिनल क्वालिटी के होते हैं। इसका जो अगर आप हमसे जुड़ना चाहते हैं तो हमारा फेसबुक पेज भी है इसके लिए, मलिक आदिल ड्राई फ्रूट्स ऑफ कश्मीर। और इसके लिए हमने एक व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप भी रखा है, और व्हाट्सएप के थ्रू भी आप हमसे जुड़ना चाहें तो व्हाट्सएप के जरिए भी आप जुड़ सकते हैं, ईमेल के थ्रू भी जुड़ सकते हैं। हमारा व्हाट्सएप नंबर है 7889814663 और हमारी मेल आईडी है malikadil356@gmail.com, malikadil356@gmail.com। तो इन सोशल मीडिया हैंडल्स के थ्रू आप हमसे जुड़ना चाहेंगे तो आप जुड़ सकते हैं। रही बात इसमें हमारा प्रीमियम की, इसमें हमारा इन्वेस्टमेंट कितना होता है, इसमें हमें लगता है 5 लाख तक का इन्वेस्टमेंट हमें चाहिए है इसमें, और जिसमें हम 1 लाख का प्रॉफिट कमाएंगे और इसका लास्ट में जो रेवेन्यू निकल के आएगा वो है 80,000 तक इसमें रेवेन्यू निकल के आ सकता है। हमने 1 जनवरी 2023 से शुरू किया है ड्राई फ्रूट का बिजनेस। अभी हमारे छोटी स्केल पे ही है, तो इतना हमें लगता है कि इसमें इतना खर्चा आ सकता है। बाकी थैंक यू सो मच। मैंने जो नंबर्स दे दिए हैं और व्हाट्सएप के थ्रू आप ईमेल और जितने भी हमने सोशल मीडिया हैंडल्स आपसे डिस्कस किए हैं उनके थ्रू आप जुड़ना चाहे तो आप जुड़ सकते हैं। थैंक यू सो मच।
Adil is in the attendee. Please do give your feedback.
Okay, so first feedback is where in Kashmir is he from, and do they have their own fields where they grow these dry fruits. Secondly, which are these dry fruits? Is it all dry fruits like walnuts, apricots, and in what form are these? Basically, are they absolutely dry? Are they being processed in like different varieties of these dry fruits? And yeah, these are some of the basic questions. Pricing, of course, is important. Yeah.
If I can jump in, like I was like by chance I did work with one of the guy who started this business a couple of years back.
Okay.
My questions for Adil will be that there are a lot many people doing this business from Kashmir,
Yeah.
and few of them are very successful. How will
Right.
they make sure? How will they convince to their target audience, that whether domestically or internationally, that their products are better than others? And second question would be, which definitely Anusha has mentioned. I'm taking that forward.
Yeah.
Is that I'm sure that Adil will be definitely getting some success in the business, and if he channelize his marketing strategies well, how
Yeah.
will he source the dry fruits?
Yeah.
Because at certain point of time, whatever arrangements he has, there might be excess supply and there might be short supply. How will cater those things? Those will be the important point, because you cannot stock a lot, because
Yeah.
you need a lot of working capital for that, and you
Correct.
cannot keep net to net, because in that case your goodwill will go down, and if the delivery goes late. And
Correct.
lastly, what kind of platforms you'll be using for delivery? Are you using the existing collaborators, existing aggregators, or you are setting up your own? These are the things which, like, thank you,
Yeah.
please.
I think most of the questions are also covered by Anush and Christian here. सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट यही है कि आप का डिफरेंस क्या है? अभी भी यूएसपी आप बता रहे हो, बट हाउ वुड पीपल बिल्ड दैट ट्रस्ट,
Correct.
कि आपके प्रोडक्ट बेटर हैं? और दूसरा कि आप जब ऑनलाइन कह रहे हो, तो आप ऑनलाइन कैसे, वेबसाइट के थ्रू कर रहे हो, या अभी जस्ट व्हाट्सएप के थ्रू ही आप कर रहे हो, लोग आपको रीच आउट कर रहे हैं, देन यू आर जस्ट टेकिंग दैट ऑर्डर? तो आप किस तरीके से भी अप्रोच करना चाह रहे हो? आई थिंक शुरुआत में मुझे लगता है वेबसाइट वगैरह काफ़ी खर्चा हो सकता है। आप
Yeah.
शुरुआत मतलब छोटे लेवल पे व्हाट्सएप के थ्रू भी ले सकते हो। काफ़ी लोगों ने व्हाट्सएप पर बिजनेस यूज़ करके बिजनेस बिल्ड किया है, तो
Correct.
उस चीज़ को ध्यान रख सकते हैं।
Thank you, jury members. If you have any other comments, do share it in the evaluation sheet. Also, please share any kind of resources, networks that our entrepreneurs can use to grow their business. I would also like to tell you that please consider the fact that there are accessibility issues. There are accessibility not only in terms of with disability, but also access in terms of where they are based, if they can speak English or not, or if they can have a good internet connection or not. So based on that, do consider the pitches and do share any resources that you can offer to our entrepreneurs. Deepak, can I request you to share the slide for the next pitch? Our next pitch is from Maz Ansari, Mahendra Ritik Vaishnav, from the organization New Horizon Solution. New Horizon Solution makes some really great hampers, and I will not break the suspense. I will request Maz to come over to the screen and introduce his organization and do his pitch.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Deepak, please continue. Yes, Maz, you are audible. Just give me 1 second. Deepak, please continue showing the slides so that so that the audience can see who all are there part of the project. Thank you. Maz, you can start.
Okay, ma'am. So I'm talking about our talking from our team New Horizon Solution. So hello everyone, my name is Madan Sari. In my team there is Ritik Vaishnav, Mahendra Vaishnav, and myself. Our brand is Be Future Ready. Our product is elegant hamper box, product combination of perfume and chocolate. We have 4 cube of premium dark chocolate with nuts and perfume. 10 ml bottle of unisex perfume with a range of fragrances like aquatic, fruity, and musky. In this, we have two pieces of option like 9.99 and 4.99. In 9.99 you will get 5 perfume and 1 chocolate box, and in 4.99 you will get 2 perfumes and 1 chocolate box. So so one second. So we three are a visually impaired individual. I am partially blind person with low vision, and my 4 senses are my strength. And we will try to uh, we'll expert. मतलब we will do courses in perfumery and food flavor and fragrances. Our founder, Miss Rita Rego ma'am, and our company New Horizon Solution mission is to provide inclusive demand. Hello. Yes, inclusive demand to we can become self-relevant to empower our passion. We have the exclusive hamper box of perfume and chocolate. Our hamper can our hamper can be gifted to all age, and our product which they will choose perfume and unisex and and easy to try carry when you are traveling to top of the our product are 100% made in India. Okay, we can customize our hamper box for you, like we can add your company logo, your name, your signature, and make it personalized with your message. Also, we have a surprise gift in our hamper box just for you. Moreover, for bulk order, we can provide 10% discount. Now, our target is mainly B2B, but we can provide B2C according to the demand. The total size of Indian gifting industry is around rupees 2,50,000 crore. So definitely there is a demand and we hold better opportunities. You can check our website www.newhorizonsolutions.co.in, and you can mail us at bd@newhorizonsolutions.co.in, or you can call us. Our ask is your support to promote our hamper to the companies and your network. Also, raise capital to grow our business, as part of it will go skill blind and low vision person like us. Be future ready. Thank you. Thanks, ma'am.
माज, अभी आपने कॉर्पोरेट गिफ्टिंग के में उतर गए आप? क्या आपने कहा B2B अभी आपका मेन बिजनेस
Yes,
जहाँ से
our
रेवेन्यू आ रहा है,
target
तो
is
अभी
B2B, sir.
B2B तो
And
आप गिफ्टिंग कर रहे हैं उसमें?
yeah, sir, we haven't started yet. We are in startup period.
ओके ओके, तो अभी अभी तक कुछ सेल्स वगैरह हुआ है? कितने कस्टमर्स वगैरह कुछ है
No,
या
sir.
नहीं? अभी बिल्कुल अर्ली स्टेज है?
Yes, sir. We are in early stage now.
जस्ट आइडिया है अभी कि आप ये करना चाहते हैं।
Yes, sir.
और आपने केवल ये डिओ परफ्यूम और चॉकलेट ही क्यों सोचा गिफ्ट इसमें, और कुछ क्यों नहीं? या आप उसके अलावा भी दूसरी चीजें भी कर सकते हैं
Exactly,
कस्टमाइजेशन?
sir. Like our USP, I can say कि if you use perfume, if you give someone को आप कुछ गिफ्ट करते हो कि घर में रखने लिए शो पीस है अदर चीज, सो वो आप घर पे रख देंगे तो ठीक है। एंड परफ्यूम लाइक हम लोग ने इसके अंदर काफ़ी किया है स्टडी, एंड परफ्यूम जो है सर लाइक ये एक अलग इम्पैक्ट करता है ह्यूमन स्पिरिट के ऊपर, लाइक ये एक अलग मेमोरी देता है. सो
मैं समझ गया.
इफ द पर्सन यूज परफ्यूम सर, सो लाइक हम लोग तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल 5 वेराइटीज दे रहे हैं. ये एक अच्छी बात है कि हम लोग 5 वेराइटी ऑफ लॉन्ग लास्टिंग परफ्यूम हमारे पास है, तो वो पर्सन लाइक करेगा डेफिनेटली. एंड हम लोग प्रीमियम डार्क चॉकलेट दे रहे हैं फ्रेग्रेंस एंड फ्लेवर्स के अंदर.
थैंक यू.
So, Anusha, you are on mute actually.
आप लोग परफ्यूम्स मयूर.
So in the meantime,
sorry Maz, बहुत अच्छा pitch था. Yeah, go on, Krishnan.
No, please. I thought you are on mute, so I should take a choice.
No, Maz, मैं ये जानना चाह रही थी कि आप बम्बई में कहाँ से हो और आपका ये जो चॉकलेट्स और परफ्यूम आप कहाँ बनाते हैं. परफ्यूम के लिए आप और चॉकलेट्स के लिए आप कहाँ से सोर्सिंग करते हैं?
मैम हमारे पार्टनर्स हैं चॉकलेट और परफ्यूम्स के लिए. एंड हमारे ब्रांड की तरफ से हम लोग इसको प्रोवाइड करते हैं. न्यू हॉराइजन सॉल्यूशंस जो है, हम लोग के प्रोडक्ट का नाम है बी फ्यूचर रेडी, हमारा जो ब्रांड है.
करेक्ट. ओके. और
हम मुंबई से ऑपरेट करते हैं मैम.
अच्छा, ये पार्टनर्स कहाँ बेस्ड है?
दे आर आल्सो ऑन मुंबई में.
Okay, they are also from Brazil. Okay. So you directly source these chocolates, are you? So आप लोग सिर्फ इसको अच्छे से हैम्पर या गिफ्ट हैम्पर करते हैं और आप बनाया परफ्यूम और चॉकलेट्स लेकर आते हैं?
परफ्यूम एंड चॉकलेट्स मैम हमारे पास आते हैं पार्टनर की तरफ से, हम लोग उसको हैम्पर करते हैं. एंड उसको हम लोग कस्टमर को प्रोवाइड करते हैं. एंड वी आर ट्रेनिंग दिस मैम, मतलब हमारी ट्रेनिंग है परफ्यूम्स के अंदर.
ओके.
सो यस, हम लोग उसको पैक करते हैं. एक्चुअली बेसिकली आई एम आल्सो लो विजन पर्सन.
राइट.
यस. सो यस सर.
आपने परफ्यूम इंडस्ट्री में काम किया है? सॉरी.
हाँ, नो.
मैंने काम नहीं किया है सर. आई हैव डिप्लोमा इन परफ्यूमरी. सो लाइक वी हैव 2 years of experience in perfumeries.
Okay.
And my 4 senses are my strength sir. Like vision नहीं है, but हमारे 4 senses is our strength.
Definitely. तो ये हैम्पर्स आप अलग-अलग तरीके के करते हैं या फिर सिर्फ कार्डबोर्ड बॉक्सेस? Or is it also bags, varieties?
मैम कार्डबोर्ड बॉक्सेस है और इसको हम लोग जो है कार्डबोर्ड बॉक्स के अंदर है, बट हम लोग जैसे मैंने आपको पीछे बताया कि हम लोग कस्टमाइज कर सकते हैं कस्टमर के अकॉर्डिंग. लाइक वी कैन ऐड कंपनी लोगो, आपका नेम, सिग्नेचर और आपका पर्सनलाइज मैसेज भी जो रहेगा वी कैन ऐड एंड प्रोवाइड. और बल्क ऑर्डर अगर रहेगा तो वी कैन गिव डिस्काउंट एज आई मेंशन.
कृष्णन प्लीज.
थैंक यू अनुषा. सो आई जस्ट वांटेड टू मार्च में एक पूछना चाह रहा था आपसे. आपने 2 चीज बोली हैं कि सब एज ग्रुप के लिए है और दूसरा आपने बोला कि अभी B2B पे आप चल रहे हैं. तो आप प्रोडक्ट को मार्केट में पिचिंग कैसे कर रहे हैं? मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटेजी क्या रहेगी आपकी? B2B मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटेजी रहेगी आपकी या फिर रिटेल मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटेजी रहेगी आपकी?
Sir, basically as I mentioned B2B, so for everyone I can provide, we can provide for everyone B2B, B2C accordingly. So in B2B, like we can target corporate world, like they can gift their or hamper to their employees, like big companies can approach us. From corporate we are targeting, sir.
कॉर्पोरेट गिफ्टिंग में आजकल क्या होता है तो देयर आर डिफरेंट लेयर्स. दे नीड गिफ्ट्स ऑफ ऑल लाइक वेरिएंट्स से फॉर स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम 500 मे बी अप टू 5 लाख. और क्या है आजकल गिफ्टिंग की बहुत सारी कंपनीज हैं जो आपकी कंप्लीट A to Z नीड्स को फुलफिल करती हैं. बट आपका जो प्रोडक्ट है मे बी कि ठीक है मेरी कंपनी है, मान लीजिए मेरे को आपके 1000 यूनिट्स मेरे को चाहिए आपकी जो रेंज का प्रोडक्ट है, बट मेरे को 50 यूनिट आपसे हायर रेंज के 10,000 वाले भी चाहिए. मेरे को 10 यूनिट 1 लाख वाले चाहिए, मेरे को 1 यूनिट 5 लाख वाला चाहिए, वो प्रोडक्ट तो आपके पास नहीं है। आपका जो कंपटीटर आएगा गिफ्टिंग इंडस्ट्री से, जो आपका जो कंपटीटर आएगा, वो मेरे को बोलेगा कि सर मैं आपको यही वाला प्रोडक्ट भी दूंगा और आपको अदर प्रोडक्ट्स भी दूंगा, सिंगल वेंडर में सप्लाई करूंगा। तो उस चीज को आप कैसे आप कन्विंस करेंगे मेरे को कि नहीं, जो आपकी रेंज का प्रोडक्ट है वो मैं आपको दूँ?
Okay, sir. Sir, for that, like as I mentioned, मतलब हम लोग जो है we have affordable rates. So for all, like we have affordable rate. Like bigger companies तो is right sir, आपको bigger boxes चाहिए तो अलग बात, but हमारा जो pricing है वो affordable है, so maybe it's attract the customers.
माज एक और चीज पूछना चाह रही थी कि आपके जो चॉकलेट बार्स है वो कितने ग्राम्स के हैं, और ये परफ्यूम बॉटल्स भी कितने ml का है?
Talking about the perfume bottles, ma'am, it's 10 ml bottle है each.
अच्छा, ओके.
Yes, ma'am. And हमारे पास जो चॉकलेट है वो 4 क्यूब्स है छोटे छोटे, एंड इसकी पैकेजिंग में प्रीमियम मिलेगी आपको। बॉक्स होगा, उसके अंदर एक मतलब एक स्ट्रक्चर है, उसके अंदर हम लोग ने रैप करके उसको डाला हुआ है। 4 क्यूब्स है छोटे छोटे।
नहीं, लेकिन आपको ये ग्राम्स के हिसाब से करना पड़ेगा ना। देखिए मैं भी चॉकलेट्स बनाती हूँ और मैं भी गिफ्ट करती हूँ लोगों को, सो जनरली इट कम्स इन ग्रामेज बेसिकली। तो उसमें फिर क्या आपको प्राइसिंग में आप अकॉर्डिंगली प्राइस कर सकते हैं। सो यू शुड ऑलवेज नो द ग्रामेज ऑफ द 4 क्यूब्स। वो 100 ग्राम्स के हैं, ईच क्यूब इज इट 20 ग्राम्स, इज इट 10 ग्राम्स? So this is very important, Mars, as you go forward to understand the grammage.
Yes, ma'am. For that, I'll check you, ma'am, and get back to you.
No, that's fine. I'm just giving you a suggestion, feedback है कि grammage जरूरी है। तो उस हिसाब से क्या आप so if it is a large bar, लंबा वाला बार है, वो 100 ग्राम्स का बार है, तो उस हिसाब से आप प्राइसिंग फिर आपका स्ट्रैटेजी करना पड़ेगा आपको।
ओके मैम।
हाँ, सेम इज द केस विद द परफ्यूम आल्सो। 10 ml अभी आप कोई भी 10 ml आज के तारीख में मेस्ट्री टेस्टर्स के होते हैं। ओके, तो अगर मैं आईटोकरी में जाऊँ या कोई भी ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म जो छोटे ml लोकल परफ्यूमरी बेचते हैं, वो अंदाजन एटलीस्ट 15 ml के बॉटल्स होते हैं।
For that, ma'am, like we are providing 10 ml bottle each because of it's like pocket perfume, na ma'am, so it is easy to travel. That's why we are providing.
हाँ, नहीं, I'm saying that the basic that is available in the market today is up to 15 ml. So that's another, so from that perspective, I think you have an advantage of selling 10 ml bottles. And also the fact that आप 5 दे रहे हैं 999 में, 2 दे रहे हैं या 4 दे रहे हैं 499 में, तो
yes ma'am,
yeah,
999 में 5
Thank you Anusha. I would request jury members, अगर आपके पास में कोई inputs है या फिर any support that you can give or any resources that you can give or more feedback that you would give, more feedback in terms of strategy, then please use the virtual sheet, and also we will be very happy to connect you to the participant, and you can mentor them as well. Yeah, for the next session, next speaker, I would invite Kanchana. Deepak, I'll request you to play Kanchana's video. She's available on chat, but she cannot join the speaker link right now. Yeah. Okay, Deepak, over to you.
My name is Kanchana. My institution name is Kanchana Soft Skill Training, which is for village and non-urban area. This dream I got due to my struggle when I start working in big organization. I have studied through correspondence in Tamil medium, but I had dreamed to work in big organization in Bangalore. one of my friend referred me in one of the big BPO. I attended the interview, and the first round was the aptitude test, and second round was the HR round. In HR round, I just by hearted the about myself, and same I submit. I told that I got selected. After joining that company, I was struggling too much to sustain in there because lack of English communications. I couldn't sustain, and I about to quit. And the same, I just informed to my HR saying that I couldn't continue because my English communication is too poor. So she told me that be here for 6 months. Still, if you're not able to continue, you can quit and go. Meanwhile, she given me the training which I can sustain in that company. So that made me to confident to continue. So I'm here for almost 17th years in Bangalore. So I thought that if this training I would have got before coming for job, it would have given me more confident. So the same thing I would like to give to my village students, the people who wants to go for job, uh, the training. So we are planning to give the training for interpersonality development, advanced English, MS Office like PowerPoint and advanced Excel, time management, organizational behavior, and typewriting skill. So this will help the people who wants to go for job in MNC or private company and who wants to go for the higher studies. It will help them or give more confidence to work there. We are looking for trainer to achieve my dreams as well as my village people's dream. So please help me to get this trainer to continue this training. My contact number is 9880535351. My email ID is kanchan17money@gmail.com. KAN.
In the benefit of time, I suggest that please everybody can give their comments on chat so that Kanchana can respond to them, and we move to the next pitch, which is from the organization Adapt. It's a special pitch, and it will happen live. But please do note that we are on timer, as well as this is an initial idea of the pitch. So yeah, we will expect compassionate feedback again from all our jury members. Prayas team, are you there? Can you switch on your camera?
Yes, we are here. We are just trying to switch on the camera. Now it is on. Yeah.
Good afternoon. मैं आशुतोष मुंबई से हूँ। मैं और एक छोटा सा लॉकडाउन में हम लोग ने एक छोटा सा बिजनेस किया था। हम लोग सोच रहे थे कि क्या करें, घर में बैठ के हम लोग सोचा कि क्या करें, तो पिकल अचार बनाया, तो सोसाइटी में सेल किया उसको, तो उसका रिस्पॉन्स हम लोग को अच्छा आया। तो उसके बाद हम लोग ने यूट्यूब पे भी ये डाला, तो यूट्यूब पे भी उसका रिस्पॉन्स हम लोग को बहुत अच्छा आया। और ये ट्रेनिंग लेने के बाद मेरे जो फ्रेंड्स है वो लोग ने सोचा कि मेरा मम्मी को बिजनेस है, बढ़ाने क्यों ना बढ़ाए हम लोग। तो ये अपने सोचा कि मेरे मम्मी का बिजनेस क्यों हम बढ़ाए, क्यों ना बढ़ाए। Now, thank you.
Ashutosh, in the first phase of our business, we are planning to sell pickles in and retail shops of Chembur, and also trying to do investment from a family member. In the second of the business, we are trying to set up an online store with Amazon. With that, we will require a big space for large production of, and we will be requiring experts in the following areas, that is a business strategist for helping us in the strategy of the business, and a technologist will help us in streamlining our recipe as well as in the labeling of the product, and a market advisor who will help us in advertisement as well as present our product. And in the third phase, we are planning to sell our product in all the other in all retail shops across our country, and we are hoping to expand our business portfolio, in which we will be including types of pickles as well as eatable stuff. Example, papad, and we are teaching you.
हाय प्रयास टीम, आई एम सो सॉरी बट आपका इंटरनेट थोड़ा सा लैग हो रहा है, तो हम सुन नहीं पा रहे हैं आपको. So we are not able to hear you properly, but let's take three comments from let's take two comments from our let's take three comments from our jury members before we wrap this live pitching up.
Okay.
Congratulations Prayas team, बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं आप. I mean very nice to see that you all want to make pickles and sell them. First and foremost, congratulations for that. So कोई brand name या ऐसा कुछ सोचा आपने कि कैसे आप, what are you planning to, how you planning to go about it? Can you hear us? Are they able to hear us?
We can hear you, but I understand your question that you are saying about the branding and all. We are actually all trainees at the Adapt Center, but different skill development. But with our training, we are planning to business place first of all before expanding into the larger in the second phase of our business. So
Prayas team, I'll request you to switch off your video so ताकि आपका
starting
internet
at a small
हो जाए.
So a quick feedback, maybe Thirja, you can just convey to them. Since I have mentored one of the startups.
We are planning to start at a small phase in our.
So I don't know. I think they are based in Mumbai, and they can find that what are the special, products available in that region, and they can go for commercializing the local product. Since I have mentioned that I have mentored one of the startup in and pickle industry from Northeast, so they have They did establish their USP on particularly on those vegetables which are available only in the northeastern part of the country, and they are doing wonderfully well. So I'll suggest Prayas team to find out which vegetables are available in their regions exclusively, which will be their USP to commercialize and do better marketing for their products. Thank you.
Thank you, Krishnan. I think that's a very great input for the team, for Team Prayas.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think if there are any comments from the speakers, we can take them right now, or we can wrap up our pitching session.
Thank you, Teresa. I think I'm done. I will probably note it down on the sheet, my thoughts, and then share it with you.
Same
Can
here.
we do that by end of the day or
Thank you,
latest
Anurag.
tomorrow? First thing in the morning, can we do it?
Okay, this we are actually towards the end of the pitching session. To all my other entrepreneurs who could not make it today and could not be live, I feel you. I'm feeling as dejected by it as you, because we have together worked very hard. But I promise we will be sending your videos and content to our jury members and to all the other panelists, and we will definitely get their inputs and the resources for you that we had always been discussing. Yeah, with this, let's wrap up the pitching session. And Deepak, I would request you to play Richard's message for us. Deepak? Okay, till Deepak is getting oh, yeah.
नमस्कार देवियों साजनों, मेरा नाम रिचर्ड है और मैं ब्रिटिश उच्चायोग से बोल रहा हूँ और मुझको बहुत खुशी है कि आज हम हमारा अयोग्यता का वर्कशॉप के लिए हम यहाँ हैं। दुखी बात है कि मेरा फोन से आज हमारा तकनीकी अच्छी तरीके से नहीं चल रहा है, लेकिन आपको बहुत स्वागत है और अभी मैं हिंदी से अंग्रेजी की ओर चलूँगा। I want to say a special thanks to Idobro Impact Solutions and to our Chevening Alumni, Karen, and also to the Chevening Alumni Programme Fund, helping support this event. I think there can be few events more important than bringing together people with disabilities and entrepreneurship, and promoting solutions, inclusive solutions, to helping people with disabilities is a really big priority for the British government. So I wish you well, and I look forward to hearing from my team about how today's workshop has gone. बहुत धन्यवाद.
I think that was a short and sweet message from Richard. With this, we wrap up the session. I would like to thank everyone again, a special mention to all the Chevening alumni who have supported the program. Unfortunately, we wanted to invite Pradyumna to this forum to say a few words. But apart from that, as we wrap up this day, I would like to tell you that the entrepreneurs will continue to refine their businesses and are looking for mentors and support systems. So if you know someone, or you yourself can help our entrepreneurs, you're most invited to get in touch with me. We had a long discussion, a panel discussion on diversity and inclusion, and we have 2 workshops lined up today. One on understanding gender diversity that is happening today in couple of hours, and then we have an Indian Sign Language workshop through art. So if you are really interested in diversity and inclusion, I would definitely recommend you to check these 2 workshops out. And with this, thank you so much to all the entrepreneurs who put in so much effort, and all the jury members who have been providing us with their sincere and gentle feedback to the entrepreneurs. Also, shout out to all the partners who have been super amazing and super supportive, not only getting the entrepreneurs ready, but also beyond their roles of being outreach and project partners. They have been really supporting us in getting the entrepreneurs to this forum. So thank you, everyone. Have a great afternoon. Bye.